So we are in the business and accounting studies class for the grade 11 students. Over the last couple of weeks, we have studied two lessons. We have already completed two lessons, trade and supporting services, which was a quite bulkier lesson, and the other one being the management lesson. And today we are going to do marketing lesson, which is also the third lesson of the syllabus. And this will be the last lesson related to business studies in grade 11. So this is the last theory sort of lesson, and next few lessons will be mostly on accounting. Okay, so this is also not a very big lesson. So we have 1 to 2 weeks allocated for this lesson, marketing. Okay, so we will be learning about few things: introduction to marketing, target marketing, and marketing mix. So marketing is important. Like whatever you are doing, it's very important because you have to reach your customers, you have to improve and increase your sales, and for all of that, and you have to be present in the market. For all of that, marketing is quite important. So we have completed two lessons, as I said, the trade and supporting services and management lesson. Okay, so so initially we are going to learn about the introduction to marketing. Okay, so initially we will be learning about introduction to marketing. Okay, so as consumers, you are expecting businesses to supply goods and services at a reasonable price in order to satisfy your needs and wants. Okay, and a business performs various activities in order to provide these expected services, and marketing is one of those activities. Accordingly, marketing is a process that links the process of supplying required goods and services to fulfill consumer needs and wants. And marketing consists of activities from manufacturing of goods until they are distributed to the consumers, as well as services provided after sales. So when, as a consumer, like as consumers, like we already learned about this in our last lesson, or like in our initial lessons also. So as consumers, what do we want? We want one thing: quality goods. Okay, and also at a reasonable price. Okay, so as consumers, we want quality goods at a reasonable price. So businesses, when you look at businesses also, their objective is also to provide or to meet the needs and wants of the humans at a reasonable price. So as any business, they should meet the needs and wants of humans. So when businesses are doing this, okay, when businesses are doing this, they need to do a lot of things. Okay, there are a lot of services. So one of these services, okay, one of these services is none other than marketing. Okay, marketing. So when businesses want to provide goods and services, so when businesses want to provide goods and services to the businesses and provide services to the people, one thing that need to be done is marketing. Okay, so when you look at the marketing is the process that link the process of supplying required goods and services to fulfill the consumer needs and wants. Okay, marketing is a process that links the process of supplying required goods and services to fulfill consumer needs and wants. So we have like we have, let's say we have goods and services. Okay, and there are consumer needs and wants. So marketing is sort of like, marketing is there to link these two. Okay, goods and services, and they are being linked to consumer needs and wants. So marketing consists of activities from manufacturing of goods until they are distributed to the customers, as well as services provided after sales. Now, when we look at businesses, okay, or when we learn about businesses, we might think marketing is just a process, okay, just like it's about making people aware of goods and services, okay. It's about sort of like uh, making your goods and services present to the people. But it's not just that. Marketing, when you look at marketing, it has several things. Okay. It has initially manufacturing of goods, and then being distributing to it, distribution, and after sales. Now, marketing is in all of this. Okay. So what is meant by that? It means that from the initiation of production, okay, even after the product is being sold, marketing is there. Marketing is there from the point of manufacturing goods until that good is being delivered to the customer, and even after delivering that, marketing is there. Okay. So accordingly, the marketing concept can be simply explained as marketing is the process of creating and offering a valuable product to satisfy human needs and wants. Okay. So what is marketing? What is marketing? Marketing is a one thing, it's a process. It's a process. Process of what? Process of creating and offering valuable product. Valuable product, or it could be a service. Okay. Service for what? To satisfy human needs and wants. Okay. So few things to note. Marketing is there from the beginning of the production itself. And in marketing, it will look at the manufacturing goods, it will be there in the distribution, it will be there in the after sales. So as a definition, marketing is the process of creating and offering valuable product to satisfy human needs and wants. So it involves, marketing is a process. Okay. Marketing is a process, and marketing is a process. So marketing is a process. Okay. It's about creating and offering valuable product or services to satisfy human needs and wants. So in exam point of view, it will be important that you will remember what marketing is. Okay. Other points are just like sort of like providing an introduction. Okay. Okay. Then let's move on to the next slide. So the activities belonging to marketing. Now we learned about marketing, and we learned marketing is a process of creating and offering valuable product to satisfy human needs and wants. So we know what is marketing, and now marketing also has some activities. Okay, so let's look at what are they. Let's look at what are they. Activities belong to marketing. What are the activities that belong to marketing? Okay, one. Okay, the first one is creating a goods or service that can better satisfy human need or want. Oh, okay. First one is creating it could be good or service. Okay. Creating a goods or services for what? To satisfy human needs and wants. Okay. So that is a one activity belonging to marketing. Okay. Then introducing the designed goods or services to the consumers in an attractive manner. Okay. The next one is what? Introducing in a attractive manner. Introducing the design good or services to the consumer in an attractive manner. So you have to introduce the goods in an attractive manner. So you have created goods and services. Okay. So now you have created goods and services to satisfy the human needs and wants. Then you have to introduce it to the community. You have to introduce it to the consumers in an attractive manner. Okay. That is a one functioning marketing. So creating the goods and services and then introducing it to the customers in an attractive manner. Okay. Then marking a reasonable price. Marking a reasonable price. Marking a reasonable price. See, now marketing is also a little bit of maths. Okay, you have to price the goods. You have to price the goods. මොන හරි බඩුවක් හැදුවට පස්සේ ඒක හරියට ප්‍රයිස් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක ප්‍රයිස් කරන එකත් මාකටිං වල වැඩ. Now a typical person might think, okay, pricing a good is a function of finance department. No, it's not. It's not complete. It's partly their job, but you have to put a reasonable price. Okay, and that is a activity belong to marketing. Okay, then fourth one, distributing a goods or services to a consumer in more simple and appropriate way. Okay, then the fourth one is distribution of goods and services. Okay, and it should be how? It should be simple and most appropriate. Okay, so you have to distribute goods and services to the consumers in simple and most appropriate way. Now let's say you have designed okay, let's say that you have made cookies. Okay, so yeah, you have a cookies business. Okay, first thing is you have to look at what people want. Do people want to eat cookies? And it is a snack. Okay, firstly, people want snacks. To meet that need, you are creating the good cookie. Okay, then you have to introduce that cookies to the customers in an attractive manner. Okay, you have to use nice packaging, you have to explain its benefits, and when you are creating the good, you have to include the good ingredients and you have to tell all that to the customers. Okay, then you have to price it. Okay, you have to give it a price, and that price should be reasonable. Now let's say you are making a cookie and you are pricing one cookie, let's say 1,000 rupees. Will people buy it? No, people will not buy it. So you will have to give a reasonable price. Give a reasonable price to it. And then you have to bring it to the customers. You have to take it to the customers. You have to distribute it to the customers. And it should be simple and most appropriate way. Now let's say you want to distribute cookies to the customers, and let's say you are not concerned about food hygiene. Okay, you are not concerned about food hygiene and you are just doing it. That is not the most appropriate way. Okay, or else let's say you are distributing cookies and you are using a very sophisticated method. Let's say for example, like when you want to buy something, you have to go through a long process likewise. So that is also not the most ideal thing. So you have to be simple. Okay, and then it doesn't end there. Okay, you have to find out consumer feedback regarding the goods and services and providing after sales services. Okay, obtaining after sales feedback. Obtaining after sales feedback. So that is the final thing. So if you are making cookies, when you sell it to the customers, you need to get the information. You need to get the information and see, like, okay, are cookies good? Like, are these fine? And what, like, what are people's feedback? Do they like the taste? Do they like the shape? Do they like the packaging and all that? Now earlier also we said, okay, earlier also we said, okay, now marketing is from the manufacturing, from the point of, let's say, from the point of manufacturing of goods, okay, from the point of manufacturing goods to distribution to after sales, okay, marketing is involved, okay. And this is how, okay, we told that, and this is how, okay, creating goods and services to satisfy human needs and wants, then introducing it to the consumers in an attractive manner, then giving it a reasonable price and distributing it in the most simple and most appropriate way, and finally obtaining feedback even after the sales, okay. So those are the activities that are in the marketing. So those are the activities that make the marketing a process, okay. Those are the activities that makes marketing a process. So marketing is an important concept for business because a business will be a successful through satisfying consumer needs and wants. So earlier also we studied one of the main objectives in business is to satisfy consumer needs and wants, and that at a reasonable price. So marketing is essential for a business in order to attract new customers as well as retain existing customers, okay. So marketing, in marketing there are two important things, okay. When you look at marketing, okay, there are two important things. One thing is attract new customers, okay, and the next, okay, retain existing customers. So you have to be concerned about two things, one being new customers, then the existing customers. So you have to attract new customers and you have to retain the existing customers. So marketing is something that we never thought of. It's a little bit of a process. Marketing is just not selling or bugging. It's a process. It's about from the point of making a good, from the point of making a good until it is being introduced and it's being priced and it's being distributed. And after all of that, even after all of that, obtaining feedback after the sale, all of that is included in the marketing. And we are doing all of this to what? One thing, to meet or to satisfy the consumer needs and wants, okay, then to attract new customers and retain existing customers, okay. So let's write down the note. I will read this out so you can write it, okay. So marketing is the heading, so you will have to put the lesson number 6 and marketing, okay, as the main heading, okay. So then you can put the introduction to marketing, the subheading, okay, introduction to marketing. Then you can write, as a customer, you expect a business to provide good quality products and services at a fair price to meet your needs and wants. To do this, business carry out different activities. And one important activity is marketing. Marketing is the process that connect business with the customers by ensuring right goods and services are available to meet their needs and wants. It includes everything from the making product to delivering it to customers and even providing support after sale. Accordingly, the marketing concept can be simply explained as marketing is the process of creating and offering a valuable product to satisfy human needs and wants. Okay, so this last part you need to highlight. Okay, this last part, this part you need to highlight. Okay, this marketing is the process of creating and offering a valuable product to satisfy human needs and wants. You need to highlight that. Then you can put the next subheading. Okay, you can put the next subheading as the activities belong to marketing. activities belong to marketing. First one, creating goods or services that can satisfy human needs and wants better. Okay, then introducing the design goods or services to the consumers in an attractive manner. Then marking a reasonable price. Distributing goods or services to consumers in the most simple and appropriate way. Then finding out consumer feedback regarding the goods or services and providing after sales services. Okay, so those are the activities. After writing that, then you can write marketing is an important concept for a business because a business will be successful through satisfying consumer needs and wants. Marketing is essential for a business in order to attract new customers as well as to retain the existing customers with the business. Okay, so you can take a couple of minutes, and I think, okay, so you can take a couple of minutes and write this note. Take a couple of minutes and write this note. Okay, now we are moving on to the next section. So that is a sort of like important and interesting section. So it's about target market. Okay, it's about target market. So market is an important factor in marketing. Any form in which buyer and seller meet is considered as the market. Okay, market can be a physical location or market. Uh, it can be something like market space where people are being connected via the internet. Okay, since there is a large number of buyers with different wants in the market, one seller cannot satisfy all the buyers as well as all the wants. Therefore, business selects a portion of consumers from the entire market that can satisfy best. Okay, the share of the market consisting consumers that a business can satisfy more attractively and profitably is the target market. Okay, okay. So it's like this. Now we have the market. Okay, we have the market. Okay, we have the market, and this is where we have the buyers this is where we have the buyers and sellers. Okay, so market is a market can be any form where buyers and sellers meet for their needs and wants. Okay, so this could be something like physical place, or it could be something like an online space. Okay. So market is a place where buyers and sellers meet. It could be physical or it could be online. Okay. Now, when you look at a market, now in the market, what usually happen is there are a lot of buyers. Okay. There are thousands and thousands of buyers, but usually sellers are usually few, right? Sellers are usually few. Now, let's say that you are going to sell something. Okay. Let's say now you are a seller. Okay. Let's say you are a seller and you are going to sell. Okay. Let's say, uh, let's say our previous example, cookies example. Okay. You are going to sell cookies. Okay. So you are going to sell cookies. Now, for example, you have the whole world, right? You have the whole world. And out of that, what you have is like being a seller, you cannot sell to the whole world, right? Now, that is a like you cannot sell goods for the whole world. Out of that, maybe you have, I don't know, you have Sri Lanka, okay? Because since you are based in Sri Lanka, you have Sri Lanka, okay? So out of that, maybe you can sell to Sri Lanka. And even from Sri Lanka, okay, even from Sri Lanka, you have adults, teenagers, or kids. Okay. And out of these, you are going to select to which customer segment that you are going to sell. Okay. Out of these, one, two, three. Okay. What are you going to whom you are going to sell? For example, let's say you are going to sell for kids. Okay. Because adults are not that much interested in cookies and sugar stuff. Teenagers maybe some, but mostly kids are interested in cookies. So they are your target market. Your target market is this kids. Okay, is this kids. Okay, you have now. Let's say you want to start a business selling cookies. Okay, then you have the whole world. Okay, you can sell it to anywhere in the world, but like it's the available market. For example, it's the available market. But from that, for example, you cannot go to US and sell cookies being in Sri Lanka as a new startup. Okay, you cannot sell cookies to, let's say, UK and all these European countries as a startup. Even India would be a challenge. Okay, then since you are a startup, then you are thinking, okay, from that entire market, okay, I'm going to pick Sri Lanka, where my operation is uh, present. From that also, you have different target markets. For example, different markets like adults, teenagers, and kids. From that, you are going to select kids. Okay. Now, the importance of selecting kids is, now you can, one thing, you can satisfy their needs, okay, in an attractive manner. And on the other hand, okay, it's profitable for you. For example, let's say you are going to sell cookies to adults. Okay, it might not be profitable because there are not much of adults who are interested in buying it. Okay, and then on the other hand, let's say you are going to sell cookies to teenagers. Maybe you cannot serve it in an attractive manner. For example, your packaging and everything is focused on kids. Okay, let's say that the packaging that you design for kids, small kids, you cannot appeal it for teenagers, right? So because of that, what you do is you are selecting kids. So you have limited resources. For example, you cannot design and print hundreds and thousands of, like, let's say, number of packaging designs. Okay, you have limited resources because you are a startup, so you are designing all these packaging for kids. Okay, and that also for kids in the Sri Lanka. Okay, not the entire world. So why you do that? Because you want to satisfy their needs in an attractive manner, and at the meantime, you want it to be profitable for you. Okay, so the share of the market consisting of consumers that a business can satisfy more attractively and profitably is the target market. Okay, so if you want to understand target market, uh, okay, if you want to understand target market, this is a good picture that you can remember. Okay, for example, you have the entire world, which is the available market, and from that you have Sri Lanka, which where the market you can serve, and out of that also you are going to pick a subcategory which is kids. Okay, and this entire thing is a market. Okay, this entire thing is a market. Market is a place where buyers and sellers meet, and it could be physical or it could be online. Okay, let's say for example, some people sell all these like digital images. Okay, if you look at some sites like Free Pick, I think Free Pick, and even things like YouTube. Okay, you're selling it online, right? You have online presence. So market could be online or it could be physical. For example, let's say you are going to buy vegetables. You are going to buy vegetables. So you have the vegetable market, which is a physical space. There are also buyers and sellers are meeting. All the sellers of vegetable and the buyers, the consumers. Okay. So market is an important factor in the marketing. Market could be any form where buyers and sellers meet. And then market can be physical or it can be a space. Okay. So since there is a large number of buyers with different wants and needs in the market, one seller cannot satisfy all the buyers as well as all the wants. For example, let's say in this cookies example, okay, you cannot you cannot meet the cookie tastes of the people in the entire world. Okay, because their tastes could be different. For example, let's say one good example is when Burger King was entering to India. Okay, they are like the standalone, the main product is, I think it's beef or something like that, but in India they don't eat beef. Okay, so you cannot cater it straight away to that market. Okay, likewise there are different needs and wants in different people. Okay, so you have to identify to which segment that I can offer goods and services in an attractive manner, and at the same time to which segment I can satisfy their needs. And you have to also see whether it is profitable for you. Okay, whether it is profitable for you. Okay, so therefore a business select a portion of consumers from the entire market that can satisfy best. Okay, the share of the market consisting of consumers that a business can satisfy more attractively and profitably is the target market. Now in this syllabus, the examples that are being given is printing and selling module question paper book for the students reading GCE ordinary level. Okay, for example, that example also there could be like different exams. For example, a grade 5, O level and A level, and you are going to select O level out of that. That is your target market. And manufacturing and selling specialized foods for diabetic patients. Okay, there are so many people in the world, and out of them you are going to select diabetic uh, people people who are having diabetes. Okay, so that is the target market. And then you can start writing the note. I will read it out. Okay, you can put the main you can put the heading as subheading as target market. Okay, then a market plays a key role in the marketing. It is any place where buyer and sellers come together to exchange goods or services. This can be a physical location like a shop or a market space or an online space connected through the internet. For example, things like Daras. Okay, I think in India, Flipkart, Amazon. So those are online spaces. Okay, since there are many buyers with different needs, a single seller cannot fulfill all their demands. Therefore, business focus on specific group of consumers whose needs they can meet most effectively. Okay, the share of the market consists of consumers that a business can satisfy more attractively and profitably is the target market. The share of the market. Okay, you have the entire market. Okay, market. Okay, and okay, out of that, the share of the market consisting consumers that business can satisfy more attractively and profitably is the target market. This is the target market. Okay, this is the entire market. Okay, this is the entire market, and out of that, this is your target market. Why it is target market? One thing is because you can satisfy their needs and wants attractively. And at the meantime, it is a profitable business for you. It's profitable business for you. Okay. Okay. Take a couple of minutes and write down the note. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So now we are going to learn about the marketing mix. Okay. We are going to learn about marketing mix. So we are going to learn about marketing mix. Okay, this is an important lesson. Okay, marketing mix is a set of variables used to achieve the marketing objectives of a business within a target market. Marketing mix is a set of variables used to achieve the marketing objectives of a business within a target market. Marketing mix consists of four variables which can be controlled by the owners of the firm. The four variables are known as 4Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. Okay. Okay. So earlier also we discussed, okay, now we have the entire market. Okay. We have the entire market. We have the entire market. Out of that, we have our target market. Okay. We have our target market. Now, in this target market, what we are doing? We are doing a marketing. So in this target market, we are doing marketing. Okay. So when we are doing marketing to achieve the marketing objectives, okay, to achieve the marketing objectives, okay, there are four variables. Four variables, okay, that we use. Okay. There are four variables that we use to achieve the marketing objectives in this target market. And these four variables are known as what? These four variables are known as 4Ps. Okay, 4Ps. These 4Ps are product, then price, place, promotion. So those are the 4Ps. So we have the entire market. Out of that, we have your target market. In that target market, you have to meet your marketing objectives. You have to do your marketing and meet your marketing objectives. To meet that marketing objectives, you are using four variables. Okay, you are doing your business focused on four variables, and these four variables are known as 4Ps. What are these 4Ps? Product, price, place, and promotion. See, from the production of goods, as we discussed in the beginning, from the production of the goods, okay, until you have to decide prices, okay, distribution, places, and promotion, introducing it in a attractive manner. We learned about marketing activities. So concerning all of that, they have made a model. Okay, marketers have a model. Marketers have made a model, and that the name of that model is 4Ps. Okay, name of that model is what? 4Ps. Okay. Okay. Take couple of minutes and write this. Then we can study about these individual items in the 4Ps: product, price, place, and promotion. So you can write down the note. I will read it out so you can write it. Uh, you can put the subheading as marketing mix, and then marketing mix is a set of variables used to achieve the marketing objectives of a business within a target market. The marketing mix consists of four variables which can be controlled by the owners of a firm. The four variables are known as 4Ps. Okay, product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, okay. Take a couple of minutes and start writing it. Okay, so now we are going to learn about the marketing mix. Okay, we are going to learn about marketing mix. Okay. In the marketing mix, we are learning about 4Ps. Four P's is the variables that we are using or the marketers using, like when they have a target market to achieve their marketing objectives, they are addressing these four P's. Okay, so the four P's includes few things. What are they? Product, price, place, and promotion, right? So those are the things that are in the four P's. And initially, we are going to learn about product. Okay, we are going to learn about is anything provided to the market in order to satisfy needs and wants. Basically, a goods or service is considered as a product. Think about different things that you would search, watching movies. So all of them are products. Okay. So when you are talking about a product, okay, now when you're studying this into the next levels, you will break even the product into different levels. For example, like co-product, augmented product, likewise. But in your syllabus, it's not there, right? So product is, now you have a product. Okay, you have a product. So this is something, okay, it could be a product or service, okay, and it is doing what? It is satisfying needs and wants of the buyer. Okay, that's a different products. It could be physical products or it could be service products. Likewise, there could be different products. So food and beverages, clothes, footwear, books, services of teachers, doctors, as well as songs, movies, all of them are considered as products. Okay. So I will read out the note. You can put the subheading as product. Okay. And then you can write it. A product is anything offered to the market to satisfy people needs and wants. Okay. Product is anything offered to the market to satisfy people's needs and wants. So it can be a good, a physical item, or a service, an activity, or experience. Okay. Think about the things you use every day to meet your needs and wants. Food and drinks, clothes, shoes, and books are products. Services like those provided by teachers, doctors are also products. Okay. Even the entertainment, such as listening to music, watching movies, enjoying a drama, is considered as product. Okay. See, in simple, music, movies, or dramas that are being produced, they are also considered as products. Okay. So you can take a couple of minutes and write down the note. Okay, so we learned about the product. Okay, now we are going to learn about the price. Okay, now regarding the price in marketing, price is the amount of value expected to be charged from the consumers for goods and service. This is the cost from the view of point of a consumer. Okay, price is a major factor that will be considered by consumers when buying a product, as well as the price the as well as that price is the only variable among other variables in the marketing mix that generate income for the business. Okay, now if you can remember, now here, see this product. Okay, we have the product now. Okay, we have the product. Now this product has to be sold to the customer. Okay, and on the other hand, okay, what happens is customer will pay a price. Okay, customer will pay a price for this. Okay, so product is being sold to the customer. Okay, sold to the customer, and price is paid by the customer. Okay, so this price is the amount of value expected to be charged from the customer. But that is the amount that they are going to charge. And the next important thing is, in the point of view from the customer, okay, is the cost. මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක ගන්න එකේ cost එක තමයි price එක කියලා කියන්නේ. On the other hand, price is the item that will generate a revenue or income to the business. Okay, price is the only element that will generate a revenue or income to the business. Now in your syllabus it is not there. Okay, in your syllabus they don't, it has been discussed up to this level, but okay, but when you're pricing, there are different pricing strategies. For example, there are psychological pricing. So when we go to buy something, let's say some goods are priced at something like, let's say 999 cents, 90. Okay, that is psychological pricing. So now really it's 1,000 rupees, but it is being priced at this level, 999.90. So you're feeling it like something 900, it's not 1,000. Okay, and then there are something like scheming pricing. Okay, where goods are introduced at a high price in the startup and then gradually reducing. So likewise, there are different pricing strategies. So we are having few points to be discussed as well. Okay, for example, when you look at price, there are listed price, the discounts that you are giving, allowances that you are giving, the credit terms. Okay, for example, when you are selling something, what is the credit term you are giving? You are giving 90-day credit, 120-day credit. And what is the payment methods? Checks or online methods likewise. So those are the factors, like let's say if it is price, those are the factors that is inside the price. Now we were discussing about the product. Okay, so in the product, you have to look at like what is the quality of this product. Okay, then features, what are the features? Okay, let's say it is a car. Okay, the car, some cars have like basic features, and then features are being added on top of them, and it is priced at a different level. Okay, then things like packaging. Okay, when it is a product, the packaging, how premium it is. Okay, and how safe it is likewise. And then the products with brand names. Brand, does the product have a good brand image likewise? Okay, and then you are coming to the price, as we discussed. So you have a listed price on it. Okay, you have a listed price, that is the price that you sell the good. Okay, and from the listed price they will give you a discount percentage. Okay, this is originally 10,000 rupees. Okay, but they are giving 10% discount and you can buy it for 9,000 rupees. Okay, that is the discount. And credit terms, and then they are saying this 9,000 rupees you have to pay it within 60 days. Okay, and you have to pay it by cash. Okay, not check. Likewise, you have the payment terms. Okay, so take a couple of minutes and write this. So I will read it out so you can write it. Price in marketing, price is the amount of money a consumer has to pay for a product or service. From consumer's perspective, it is the cost of purchasing a product. Price is one of the most important factor a consumer considers before making a purchase. It is also playing a crucial role for business because unlike other elements of the marketing mix, price is the only factor that directly generates revenue. Okay, take a couple of minutes and write. Okay, then we studied about product, price, and now we are going to study about the next P, that is place. Okay, so products must be delivered to the consumers to satisfy human needs and wants. The activities related to the distribution of the product to the consumers are known as place. Now, this is basically talking about distribution of good. Okay, distribution of good. How you make it available to customer. Okay, how you make it available to customer. Okay. Now, a manufacturer can use different methods to distribute products to the consumers. Okay. For example, he can do direct distribution. Okay. Or you can distribute via intermediaries. For example, uh, let's say for example, like what can I say? Let's say there is a farmer. Okay, there is a farmer, and he has all these fruits and all the stuff. Okay, that is in a cultivation. Okay, so what he does is he make a small shop. Okay, and he sell it here. Okay, so he have a cultivation, and he take all the fruits or vegetables and selling in a shop. Okay, so this is a direct distribution. This is a direct distribution. Okay, and then the next one is distributing via intermediaries. Okay, manufacturer distributing products via intermediaries such as wholesalers, retailers. Okay, uh, okay, let's say something like this. Okay. Mm, uh, let's say there is a company. Let's say, for example, CIC. You know CIC, right? It's a company called CIC. For example, I don't know specifically, but for example, let's say CIC. Okay, they are planting maize. Okay, maize means budding, right? And they are doing it for poultry farming. Okay, and this they might firstly sell to wholesalers. Okay, and then they might sell it to retailers, and finally it might reach custom. So this is distributing via intermediaries. So you have the wholesaler, retailer, and customer. But here it's straight away going to the customer. But here it's not like that. From one person to another, only it is going. Okay. It is firstly going to wholesaler, and then to retailer, and then to the customer. Likewise, distributing via intermediaries. Okay, so there are other points that we need to discuss. For example, when you look at this place factor, you will also have to look at how you are distributing it. Okay, that we all already discussed. Okay, is it direct or intermediaries? Okay, then what about the warehouses? Do you have enough warehouses? Okay, then how do you do transport? Okay, and the area that you are covering. For example, when you are selling goods, now let's say if it is rice. Okay, now earlier rice, they are distributing to their coverage area is entire country. Coverage area is entire country. But you might also know some, let's say, some curd manufacturer who is located locally, or some milk seller. Okay, cow milk seller in locally. He is selling it only to his village. So those are the things that matters: distribution, warehouses, transport, and coverage area. Okay, so you can take a couple of minutes and write this. I will read it out. Place. So for production to satisfy human needs and wants, it must be delivered to consumers. The process of making products available to the consumers, or the activities related to the distribution of products to the consumers, is called place in a marketing. Manufacturers use different methods to distribute their products, such as Direct distribution, the manufacturer sells product directly to consumers without any middleman. Then indirect distribution, the manufacturer sells product through intermediaries like wholesalers and retailers, who then deliver them into the consumers. Okay, so you can take a couple of minutes and write it down. Okay, then we are moving on to the final P, that is promotion. Okay, that is promotion. So we learned about product. Okay, we learn about product, then price, then place, and now promotion. Okay, so you may have seen businesses using different strategies to increase its sales: advertising the products, distributing free samples, conducting workshop, introduce products, providing sponsorships for sports events and dramas are such activities. Accordingly, these strategies used by the business to increase sales are known as promotion. Okay. Now, let's say, as I said earlier also, okay, now you have your product. Okay. And here is the your customer. Okay. Here is your customer. So when you sell this product to the customer, so you want to sell the product. Okay. So you have to do what? You have to do a promotion. So when you do a promotion, what happens is customer will be sort of like aware about your product. Okay. So what are the promotional things that you can do? Okay. What are the promotional things that you can do? You can do one, advertising. You can do advertising. Okay. Or else you can distribute free sample. Have you seen in supermarkets like Kiehl's and all that? Some people are carrying free samples and giving free, sometimes soaps. Sometimes if they are selling something like fragrance, they can spray on your hand and ask them to test it. Okay. And then they can conduct workshops. Okay. Workshop on how to use. Okay. How to use, benefits, likewise. Okay. And sometimes they give sponsorships. For example, let's say Sri Lanka cricket. Okay. You might see Dilma tea brand. Okay. They sponsor it. Okay. So not just sports. Okay. Not just sports, sometimes drama. Okay. Sometimes TV programs. Okay. So for those things, they are doing all this promotional material. Okay. So these are the different things. So you need to know what are the different promotional methods. For example, advertising, distributing free samples, workshops, sponsorships. Okay. So those are the things. Okay. So here, see, advertising, personal selling, public relations, and sales promotion. Okay. So those are the things that are being done for the promotion. Okay. So the significant factor to be considered under each variable of marketing mix is explained about and mentioned separately. Okay, we discuss about those four things: product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, we discuss about those four things. So accordingly, each variable in the marketing mix consists of different instruments. Okay, and those can be illustrated in the figure as below. Okay, so those are the different things that are in the marketing mix. If it is a product, what are the things that you have to be concerned about when you are marketing that product to your customers? Quality, features, patterns, packaging, and brand name. We already discussed. So when it comes to price, what is your listed price? What is your discounted price? What are the allowances you are giving? What are your credit terms? What are the payment methods? Cash, credit, likewise. Okay. When it comes to place, the distribution, warehouses, transportation, and coverage areas. We already discussed about them. Then finally, the promotion, the advertising you are using, the personal selling, public relations, and sales promotions. Okay, so those are the things that you can look at. So I will read this out so you can write it. So you can put the next subheading as promotion. Businesses use various strategies to increase their sales. Some of the common methods include advertising products, giving out free samples, conducting workshops to introduce new products, and sponsoring sports events or dramas. All these activities are part of promotion, which refers to different strategies businesses use to attract customers and boost sales. Okay. The significant factor to be considered under each variable of the marketing mix is explained above and can be mentioned separately. Accordingly, each variable in the marketing mix consists of different instruments. Those can be illustrated in the figure below. So you can pause the video in each of these moments and write the note. And then finally, you can write this diagram, which includes the individual variables under each of these P: product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, so with that we will be concluding the lesson marketing. Okay, so we learned about few things. Okay, we learned about introduction to marketing, what is marketing and what is it concerned about, concentrated about. Then we learned about the target market. Okay, then finally we learned about the marketing mix. Okay, so with that we will finish off the lesson number 3, marketing lesson. So it's relatively a small lesson, so you can go through this video again if you miss anything. And thank you so much for your presence, and thank you so much for attending this lesson.